Good Monday afternoon, and it's time for This Week at Alabama A&M University. I'm your host, Michael Burns. And the second Monday of each month, we have a guest with us from Alabama Extension. Today is no different. Alabama Extension is the primary public service and educational outreach organization for Alabama A&M University and Auburn universities, serving residents in 67 counties across the state. Alabama Extension, housed here at Alabama A&M, has staff in 9 urban centers across the state that serve residents in 26 major counties, including Madison, Morgan, and Limestone counties. Now, from September 15th through October 15th, the country will observe National Hispanic Heritage Month. Today, we have an Alabama Extension staff member that will discuss the significance of this month and highlight current Hispanic programming activities that Alabama Extension is doing at Alabama A&M University, and I'm very happy to have with us today. Well, in fact, I'm going to let her introduce herself, tell us a little bit about what you do over there at Extension. Please introduce yourself today.
Okay, thank you. My name is Susana Rodriguez, and I'm a Nutrition Educator with UFNEP, and I'm also a Hispanic Community Liaison in Madison County, and this position gives me the opportunity to serve more, offering and providing the different programs that we have in Extension. And I have been working with Extension for about 11 years, and thank you for the invitation.
Well, you're more than welcome. Thank you for coming over. I do have a couple of questions for you. I know everybody over there at Extension wears more than one hat. So no matter what you tell me your primary position and job is, I know there's something else going on with you over at Extension. Tell us about some of the other things that you do.
Well, I'm an A&M student, part-time student. I'm doing my bachelor's degree in visual arts, and I'm close to finish my degree. But I just want to say that it's an honor to work in for Extension, and because I mentioned before that with this position, it's like I feel free to go and offer these educational programs that we have in Extension, and having a lot of contacts with people that is Hispanic, and having the ability to speak Spanish is like, I feel like I have a lot of doors open.
Okay, right. As I stated earlier, National Hispanic Heritage Month starts on September 15th, runs through October 15th. September 15th was chosen as a starting date because it is Independence Day for 5 Latin American countries. Those countries are Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In addition, Mexico declared its independence on September 16th and Chile on September 18th. The theme for this year is Hispanics, be proud of your past and embrace the future. So Susana, tell us what this theme means to you. What does this theme mean?
Okay, Hispanics, like any other cultures and races in America, have a rich history that we can be proud of. And as we continue to make progress in the world, we have the opportunity to build upon our history and to achieve many more accomplishments. So, and it's good that you mentioned our Independence Day, because me as a Mexican, September is a time to celebrate, and not the Cinco de Mayo, because I know in America, many people, they thinking that Cinco de Mayo is a big party for us, but it's not. We actually don't celebrate. We remember that we have a battle, an important battle, but Independence Day is the, you know, the main celebration, and this is really, really important.
Hmm. That's
Mhm.
very, so the significant date, it has very important meaning to you personally, and also, of course, for these countries that we've mentioned before. Now, we know the rich history of the Hispanics here in America, or across the world, if you will, but here in America especially. Give us some facts that we just may not know, or some interesting things that we need to know.
Well, as we know, probably as we are the neighbor next door, as a Mexican, uh, we are growing every single year, and what the statistics show us, like according to the U.S. Census, we are about 60 million Hispanics in America, and making up the 85% of the nation total population.
Okay.
And more Hispanic now, more Hispanic are going to college. About the 41% of Hispanics 25 years or older has attended a college or university. And the 71% of Hispanics over age 5 now speak English. And this is really, really amazing how you can see those little ones, they've been bilingual, since they're 5, 6 years old,
Hmm.
they are able to handle these two languages. And then, but Mexicans are the 60.9%, and they still comprise the greatest number of Hispanics in the USA, followed by Puerto Ricans with a 9.7%, and Cubans, the 4%. And the fastest growing Hispanic populations are from Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, Guatemala, and Honduras. And Hispanics or Latinos still account for half of Americans' total population growth. The South continues to have highest growth of Hispanic, the 26%. Alabama has seen about 25% growing in the Hispanic population. And
Great,
as you see,
great
we are
information.
growing.
Yes, you are. You are. I'm speaking with Susana Rodriguez. She is a nutrition educator and an urban expanded food and nutrition program, or with the urban expanded and nutrition education program with Alabama Extension. She's based here at Alabama A&M University. We're talking to her about Hispanic Heritage Month. National Hispanic Heritage Month starts September 15th, runs through October 15th. The theme this year is Hispanics, be proud of your past and embrace the future. We just went over some facts and figures about the numbers relating to the Hispanics in the U.S. and also in the state of Alabama. Do you offer various programming efforts for these same Hispanic audiences? Tell us about those extension programs that you helped to implement in the state of Alabama. What are some of the things that you're doing to work with these people?
Okay, we have our website, which is ACES website, and
Mm-hmm.
you can go there, and you also are going to find the information in English and Spanish, and also you will be able to print information. But I can say that all the programs that we have in extension, and if you already have an audience who are Hispanic speakers, we can talk and deliver this program to your audience. I mean, if you have a group that you know, or you have a church that they have Hispanic speakers, any program that we have available, we can talk and make the changes and provide the sources, information, and handouts or whatever is necessary to deliver the program.
And because of the situation we're having with COVID right now, you're also doing the same thing that you would be doing in person. You're doing through technology. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
All right. So you're reaching out through Zoom. Of course, we're using Facebook and WhatsApp and several other applications that are available for our audience here. What type of challenges have you run into while serving this Hispanic audience? What are some of the I won't call them problems because everything a problem we can solve, but what are some of the challenges that you face? What are some of the things that you run up against in your work?
One of the challenges that I face is like build trust. Because even though I'm a Hispanic lady and I can go around Hispanic communities, by let's say like Lazy Spring, there are a trailer park there.
Yes.
And I remember that I carry my badge, thinking that it's helpful to use a badge, but also at the same time, someone told me it's better for you don't have the badge because people is gonna think you are a social worker and they're gonna think they are in trouble. So probably they're gonna close their doors. So one of the things is start building that relationship between extension and the audiences.
Okay.
Same thing if I go to any elementary school or middle school, I have not problems, I just say, but many people, they don't want to share their personal information. Like, okay, they can give me their names, but also we need like addresses, some data that we need for our program.
Right.
To keep going with it. But yeah, that's one of the challenges.
So your main thing is going out there and building bridges, building trust throughout this Hispanic population out there for you, the North Alabama area. Is that correct? Okay, and
Yes.
she mentioned Lazy Springs to our listeners that are familiar with this area. That is one of the areas here in Huntsville, in the Huntsville area. Lazy Springs is just on the outside. Ms. Rodriguez, when we go out to make these contacts with your Hispanic population, do you find it easier maybe to reach out to the children and then build that trust with them, and they'll draw you in? Maybe the parents will trust you a little bit more if they see how you are interacting with their children, or is it still that wall that you have to break down, which is, I am here as assistance, I'm not here to do anything else?
Yeah, of course. When you talk with children, they are more open because they associate the person that this person is coming to help us. But adults are more like they won't be as open because probably they are scared about any report or any, immigration report, or how that is.
Yeah, and I understand that. What are some of the programs or the plans that Extension has for this part of our population? What are some of the things that we can look forward to in the future to engage them?
All the programs that we have in Extension, they are important. And also what I see is we are trying to improve every program that we have, instead of start with something new it's better to improve, and it's better to make the changes that we need right now to deliver those programs. Because, you know, after this pandemic, we have to make a lot of changes. It's like we have to redesign everything we have. Now we have to think differently. But the good thing with extension, and as I told you, with this position that I have, is whatever is needed, like any educational information, if we don't have it in extension, I can go and find out whoever has the information, and build that bridge.
Okay. Susana, what are some of the things that may be specific to the Hispanic population, some of the things that you do that actually would be of great interest or would really benefit the general population? What are some of the things that you're teaching them that you could also be teaching across the board? Is there anything in particular? Is there any way for you to open our eyes to the challenges that the Hispanic population is facing?
Definitely will be all the educational, like we need some English as second language, and also me working with ladies, especially. I see that all women, we have to be informed about all these illnesses like cancer, breast cancer, and actually I'm a survivor of breast cancer. So, and to me is really important, a topic like this one. But we don't do that in extension. But as I told you, I can go and probably find someone, because I made it in the past, like together with Juanita, you know, Juanita Macias, we made something like we find a doctor, and we find information, and we bring it to this group in a church. But it's something that I would like to keep doing it, because it's really, really necessary.
Okay, and that's fine work that you're doing with Extension, and as Extension as a whole, fine work that you're doing in North Alabama and across the state of Alabama as a whole. Speaking with Susana Rodriguez, she is a nutrition educator with the Urban Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program with ACES, or Alabama Extension. And I want to ask you a little bit about, what does that job entail? What are some of the things that you're doing with that job?
With the nutrition?
Yes.
Well, what I do is like go to different sites, like schools, and right now I'm working with these Hispanic leaders, because the main point in this work is to find the contacts that can be really useful in your work, because this leader, they're gonna pass you more contact information. And then after this pandemic, I was being able to deliver my program through Zoom, and which is really amazing to do it that way, because before the pandemic, you never think you're gonna do that.
Yes.
And after this, is like, well, I mean, it's still working. We can keep going on and accomplish all we need. Yeah.
Reach your goals and accomplish your tasks that you have in front of you. With this job with the nutrition specialist, this is one of those, it seems that it reaches across genders, and also reaches across the populations. Of course, you're focused on the Hispanic population, but there are plenty of folks throughout this Alabama area that need the benefits of nutrition, because many of them can't afford what we would call proper food or eating properly throughout the week, throughout the month. Some of them are working, you know, week to week on paychecks. So you've got to tell them how to make do with what they can get. Is that true?
Yes, yes. And it is true, and especially still with the Hispanic community and talking about men, you know, they work hard, and for them it's easier to buy a big soda,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then all those soups that they don't provide any nutrients. But I think it's not necessarily that if you're gonna eat healthy, you're gonna spend all your money,
Okay.
because actually doing little changes, if you think about it, you probably could save more than what you're thinking. And it's just that you have to have this knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and to know what changes you can make to eat more healthy. So,
Okay. All right. Thank you for that information. Look, we're coming up on the close of our program today, and I repeat, I thank you so much for joining us on
thank
This Week at
you,
Alabama A&M. If you've got some final thoughts, we'd love to hear them right now. Also, contact information for you. You said that you reach out. So how can people get in touch with you if they are interested or in you speaking to their groups or to their friends, family, and congregations if it's a church?
Yeah. Well, I also want to mention about we have another Hispanic educators in other counties. We have Juanita Macias in Marshall County, and we have Carmen Martinez in Marshall County and DeKalb County, and Carolina Hurtado in Limestone and Morgan County. And you can find all their information
Okay.
in the ACES web, in the directory.
Okay.
You can find this.
Okay, that's great.
And if you want to my my information is Susana Rodriguez, and my phone number is 256-558-9948. But you can also find it in ACES directory.
Okay. And your email address, can they contact you by email?
Sure.
What's your email address?
Sure. Is the SCR008 at aces.edu.
Okay, and allow me to repeat that because some people write like I write, slow. So it's SZR0008 at ACES, ACES .edu.
Yes.
And the phone number for you is 256-558-9948. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And if you'll wrap us up, I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and it was an honor.
That's no problem whatsoever. I do want to say, if you are looking for more information about Extension or Alabama Extension at Alabama A&M, they're online at aces.edu/urban. That's aces.edu/urban. Or you can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Alabama Extension AAMU. And that's one word, Alabama Extension AAMU on Facebook. And a link to the organization, you can link the extension off of the Alabama A&M University website. Scroll down and find Alabama Extension, Cooperative Extension System rather. And you can link there and find out more information about Alabama Extension. Susana Rodriguez, thank you so much for joining us today on This Week at Alabama A&M.
You're welcome, and thank you for the invitation.
All right, and we'll look forward to our talk next month with the folks from Extension. For today, that's going to take care of us here on This Week at Alabama A&M. I'm your host, Michael Burns. Until next time, thanks so much for joining us. Stay tuned for Afternoon Expressions with Marcus Sims.